The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
People, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks, and we're going to continue our little series on the grades so far. Yes, the report card for your Canucks through 34 games. Part 2, let's have some fun. Happy holidays, and be graceful.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. My name is Kyle Mound, and this right here is Locked On Canucks. Hey, one love to the Don't Doze Art Lab for giving us the space to give you that West Coast bias, and one love to FanDuel. That's bringing the energy on today's show, and you can do that. You can do what? Finish off the season with a big return on FanDuel. Okay, new customers can place a $5 bet, and you'll get started with what? $250 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. Speaking of getting started, we're actually finishing off what we started last night, okay? 10 p.m. last night, decided to hop on, decided to be a teacher, and decided to grade every player from Neil Zaman to Quinn Hughes. Do the math. That's the alphabet. Before you knew it, though, we were 43 minutes into the episode. We had to bounce. And that's after, again, we showed our appreciation for Quinn Hughes. And I think it was Infamous who really brought up a good point about Quinn Hughes needing to be the teacher, right? The guy who ditched the smartphone for a bunch of bucks. That's the guy, right? The Norris Trophy winner, the guy that got better, the guy who's maybe going to win the Hart. A guy that's a top 3 player in the NHL right now, a top 4 player in the NHL. Hey, sometimes he looks like a top 2 player in the NHL right now. That's how good he is. Again, everyone needs to learn from him. And there's no room for ego on this team, okay? When somebody that good is playing the way he is right beside you, and he also is doing all the other things like eating well, right? Reading books. I feel as if he's on that Nathan McKinnon tip right now. You just got to follow suit. Let him guide the way. And we gave Quinn Hughes, I think, a double A+, whatever that is. Anyways, let's just continue the list. Let me know in the comments on the live chat or in the comments after your grades for each player, because we all dreamt of being a teacher one day, right? Or just, handing out a report card too. And maybe I'm just speaking about myself. Did I go to school to become a teacher from the ages of 22 to 24? Yes, I did. More on that on another podcast. Where am I going with this? Dakota Joshua. What grade are we going to give this dude? And sorry, not sorry. It's the holidays. I'm giving this guy an A+, okay? A round of applause for Dakota Joshua. 4 points in 20 games? Not really impactful. What? A+, bro. It's Dakota Joshua. This guy's already proven me wrong a couple times in his career. And last year did what he did and was fun to watch. Brought something else. And Dakota Joshua, right? The cancer. The coming back. The effort, the fight, the worry, the agony, the everything. And again, he came back before the halfway point. I'm assuming that he didn't have the most productive offseason, okay? With the whole plan, right? The whole blueprint. Getting better. He had that year last year. He signed the deal. There was probably something else put forward to him, right? Outside of what he normally does in the offseason. There was probably all that. He didn't probably get to it. He's only played 20 games this season. And this dude is real, man. One of those guys. I got to root for this guy. Again, he's proven me wrong in his career already. He did a lot last year, and then he's gone through all that. Dakota Joshua, hey, this is Locked on Canucks. It's the West Coast Buys. I'm giving you an A+, okay? Or just a pass. No, it's an A+. Thank you for being you. Next up, Noah Juulsen. I must add, though, again, Dakota Joshua, he's got this. I got a lot of faith. A lot of the optimism is just not the cheesy stuff. I got a lot of faith still, okay? Anyways, Noah Juulsen. Surrey's own. Abbotsford's own as well. I'm going to have to give this guy a C. Got to do it. Too inconsistent. And I've been softer to Noah Juulsen, right? You want to talk about a guy that's proven me wrong. I feel as if he's went from a number 9 defenseman, a number 10 defenseman, to a number 7, sometimes a number 6. He looks consistent sometimes, but more often than not, he tries to do a little too much. And don't get me wrong, I like the physicality, but all the other things, okay? When he starts passing too much or making behind-the-back passes or just not keeping it simple, more often than not, he finds trouble, and that's concerning. Still trying to be the Mr. First-round pick on this team. I feel as if he's a player that needs to just buckle down for like 80 games in a row, keep it simple. Try not to be Mr. First Round for a while. Just, again, find that level of momentum, that level of consistency, and then maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to reach higher levels of game. But until then, I got to give this guy a C in. The C stands for inconsistency? What? Did that even make sense? The comments, what are they seeing? Okay, Noah Juulsen, a B- for Noah Juulsen. SK93 saying he's consistently inconsistent. And look at Angela. Okay, you know what? Can we cue the sound? Angela with one of the comments of the day. Okay, look at this. He gave up playoff goals. What a joke. It's the holidays, Angelo. It's the holidays. I almost spilled my coffee there. Yeah, how many times did you watch The Grinch? Because this is my problem with The Grinch still being like a superhero now. I understand his heart warmed up right at the end of the movie in the last 5 minutes. But for the first like 70 minutes, guy was an asshole. And everyone's watching The Grinch. Angela, how many times did you watch The Grinch? You are what you eat, right? You are what you consume. Deepak Chopra. Add it to your life. Go for a walk. Breathe some air. Unreal, dude. It's the holidays. Who's next? Linus Carlson. Yo, this guy's getting a B for boring, dude. A B+ for boring. Who's after that? Jonathan Lekkerimaki. What's he got? 5 games, 1 goal. It was that shitty game against the Islanders in which Jonathan Lekkerimaki, in the beginning of the game, took a feed from JT Miller and scored a pretty nice goal. A goal scores goal. Now, outside of that, though, A, he hasn't done much, but B, most importantly, he hasn't really had a lot of help around him. Yes, he's been given the opportunity, but I don't believe he was playing with the best version of JT Miller, right? It is what it is. I still got a lot of high hopes for him. Also, don't want the Canucks trading him at all. Because there is something there. You got to look at the details too, right? He gets sent down in the beginning of the season, doesn't make the team, does really well to start off the season, then plays with the Canucks, scores a goal early on in his time in the NHL, then gets sent back down, struggles when he gets back down, but that's like for what, a couple of games? And then before you know it, he's by the stats alone, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't watch the games. By the stats alone, by the GIFs alone, from the brief research I've done, I feel as if he's bounced back again, and he's proven to be a really good player down there. A good sign for a guy who was a really good player in Sweden last year, a first-round pick, a guy who got, again, 1 goal. 1 goal. Had some looks in the power plays, too, when he was up here in the NHL. He's just, again, somebody that I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more of in January, February. Like, give him one last crack at it. It might be a play that they have to use, considering that PDG is a top 6 winger now, right? Max Sasson wasn't a bottom 6 player for the Canucks forever. Like, he also got minutes in the top 6 for a couple games. So, again, Lekkerimaki could still be a factor. What's the grade, though? I'm giving him a B. You know what? I'm going to give him a B+ based on what he's done in the AHL. Does that make sense? Hey, it's the holidays. Okay, straight up. It means a lot. Young player, proving to be adapting to that North American ice. I'm impressed with what Jonathan Lekkerimaki has done so far. Next up, JT Miller. This one's going to be fun. Let me know in the comments, what's the grade for JT Miller? How many games does this guy play? 24. Has 21 points in those 24 games. Don't got the fancy stats in front of me. All I got is the eye test. And yeah, this guy could be a lot better in all facets of the game. In fact, his defensive game this year is obviously not good enough and borderline worrisome, right? It's defense that looks as if the dude just doesn't care about that side of the game. That's sad. Look, for the Canucks to be one of those teams, they have to have everything go their way, right? That was the saying last year. Going into this season, I don't know what the cliche was, but I can tell you one thing. For this team to take the next step, they damn needed JT Miller to continue getting better at the defensive side of hockey, right? I would say for 80% of the season last year, 78% of the season, JT Miller was really, really good at all facets of the game. He was bought in, invested in the full 60. And again, in all 3 areas. And no, he didn't he didn't kill it against Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Those two got their looks, a lot of looks, and those two got better in Game 6 and Game 7 and executed and just murdered us, okay? Forever traumatized me. The Oilers pay rent to me, and it's free because of the work that those two did against, all the Canucks, but, against JT Miller too. There's a lot of minutes there. Not the perfect defensive player, not a Pavel Datsyuk, but they need him to, again, be thought about as somebody that could. Because before it didn't completely work out against the Oilers, Miller and Besser, but Miller specifically, just transformed himself into a reliable defensive player, which is crazy. Again, that really raised the ceiling of this team. If you really hockey nerd out. Exponentially, this team was way better. A different set of imagination started being used when we realized that, again, he could actually do that, because prior to that, JT Miller was exactly what he is right now in this season, and that's a liability defensively. That's got to change. But hey, that's why people drink eggnog, right? That's why people drink eggnog, man. Only a couple times in the year. Maybe there's something in it. Just resets you. It humbles you. And JT Miller will be back. I'm telling you. We just saw the worst of JT Miller. I also think him just checking out defensively. Obviously, if you do the math, that means the Canucks are getting the puck less too, or, we're just getting scored on. The puck is not being retrieved. When that's the case, when JT Miller's on the ice, that means he's also not touching the puck as much. Look, his offense is 5-on-5 play. Everything's just been lacking. I think this guy, again, he took the personal leave. We got to, throw that into the mix. I'm a nice teacher, and there's a lot of truth there. All that being said, he hasn't scored a goal on a goalie in 2 months. What? Dude. Starts with the defense, man. It starts with the details for exceptional players, and they need JT Miller not to just be good or really good. They need him to go back to being exceptional for, again, the ceiling of this team to man, for it to be raised and ultimately be met eventually. What's the grade here? Personally, do the math, boom, bam. C plus. C plus. It is what it is. Holy, look at Trevor. Okay, you know what? Play the deck. The comments coming in. What would you give JT Miller on the report card? Beggsy saying, Miller without Hughes, I'm giving him a D. Trevor Beggs also saying, Miller with Hughes, I'm giving him a B+. Look, Trevor, not every project that I hand out to my students is a group project, okay? I want to see what Miller could do without being paired with the smartest player on the ice. Syndicate saying I'll give him a B-. Okay. Look at this comment from Bob Bluger. Getting fancy with me, okay? He's saying JT's relative Corsi and Fenwick are similar to last year. Faceoffs are up last year by 3.5% as well, up to 59.8. Okay, you know what? So JT Miller's getting better between the dot. That matters. And I've kind of noticed that. I haven't looked at the stats, and I just found out that he's almost at 60%, but you kind of notice that throughout the game. Like he's smacking those pucks back. And he'll be better. Like I said, he'll be better. I know it, man. And I'll be better too. Damn, we hit the 17-minute mark. No ads. That's what happens when Trevor Beggs is not here, okay? So let's get to one of our favorite sponsors, and when we get to the other side, we'll keep doing this, okay? Finishing off this list, the winter report cards here on Locked On Canucks. One love again to the Don't Doze Art Lab. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks, man. This that easy one. Too easy. Trevor Beggs could play this with his eyes closed and make some money. Today's episode, again, is brought to you by Prize Picks. If you love sports, you're going to love Prize Picks, okay? The best place to turn your sports knowledge into real money, whether it's hockey, football, or any other favorite sport. Prize Picks makes it easier to get in on the action. Really? Am I seeing this right? You could win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Plus, the holiday season, they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pickmas and offering 2 free picks in December. And when your picks hit, Prize Picks makes it easy to cash out. You can get your money back in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 1,000 times your money. Wow. Santa Claus works for Prize Picks, okay? This week on Prize Picks, I'm eyeing the hockey board, okay? Looking at Jack Hughes for more than 4 shots on goal and Artemi Panarin for more than 1 assist. Panarin, man, is he on the trade block? I don't know. It's so simple to make your picks on Prize Picks, have fun with your friends, and potentially cash out fast. Download the app today and use Locked On NHL to get $50 instantly after you place your $5 lineup. That's right, $50 instantly when you place your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Let's get back to the show. People, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen. Not with Trevor Beggs, and that's because Trevor Beggs is the second best dad in the world. If you think I'm lying, I'm not, okay? You can't podcast because his kid is sleeping. While they're on a trip to Edmonton. Now, Trevor, I don't know if you heard about what happened over the weekend, okay? We were put on the top of the naughty list from the guys over at Oilers Nation. Yep. They were having that type of Canucks conversation, okay? On top of the naughty list, so some of the worst fans in hockey, the Vancouver Canucks fans. They said that. They put it on the air. And you're in Edmonton right now. And I know we're in a recession, but, bro, you can buy a carton of eggs. Still like $5, okay? Go find out where the Oilers Nation is. And throw a couple eggs, man. I'm petty. Like I said, the Oilers and their people now. I wasn't mad at the people. I was mad at the team. Now I'm mad at the people. They're living rent-free in this head of mine. I'm not afraid to admit it. But that's what happens when you're a sore loser who lost in the second round of the playoffs in Game 7. Can we continue to talk about this report card, though, before I start crying? Next up on the list, Tyler Myers. Tyler Myers, he's an adventure, totally changing the attributes of a giraffe in the minds of those who watch hockey, right? Or those who watch the Vancouver Canucks day in and day out, because he's chaotic. And the last time I remembered before this life of mine, the moment drafts were calm, poised, never really rowdy or chaotic, and Tyler Myers is still all of that. In fact, we talked about it with Noah Juulsen, right? You see the good with Tyler Myers and why he was a Calder Trophy winner, but you also see his inability to process and get himself to making a simple play efficiently. And I think people associate that with his chaotic sense of mind and all that stuff. But I feel as if it takes him a long time to be efficient with the simple play within the play itself, because he's still thinking about how he's the Calder Trophy winner. Like he's probably thinking about doing something else other than just processing right to the simple play. Because he has the skills to make a good first pass, get the puck out of the zone. But something about the timing can be off at times. On that note, though, we saw a player that did improve last year, struggled kind of, in my opinion, in the playoffs. Been a little chaotic at times this season, but is finding some of that poisonous, or also some of that patience with the watered down version of that Calder Trophy Tyler Myers, right? And it's probably because he's playing with Quinn Hughes, right? It's easier to just realize that guy should have the puck on a stick all the time. And I feel as if, on that note, Tyler Myers has done a pretty good job at getting the puck on his stick in the offensive zone and swinging it over to Quinn Hughes. And I know that play sounds simple, but when it's operating at like 99%, again, look at the data. Quinn Hughes just dominating, making things happen, keeping us in games, leading to 90% of our scoring chances. Is Quinn Hughes creeping up to 40%? Seriously speaking, when it comes to how many goals and assists he's been a part of, when it comes to all the goals that the Canucks have scored this year, it's unreal. This guy needs the puck on his stick, and Tyler Myers being able to create that play and do it efficiently, to me, is showing me again that when Hronek comes back, they're going to give it a look. They're going to split Hronek and Hughes up. Hronek operates at like almost 100% when trying to make that pass. That's why those two are really good too. And the fact that Tyler Myers can do it more often than not is leading me to think differently about this Canucks decor. Again, optimistic. It's the holidays. Speaking of which, I'm giving Tyler Myers a B. B plus? No, B. I'm giving him a B. No. You know what? I'm giving him a B plus. Because again, he cross-checked. What's that guy's name? The guy from Minnesota. EK14. Guy's really, really good. Some people on Twitter think that the Canucks are going to get this guy. Anyways, that guy, after that guy hit Sherwood in the head in the third period, Tyler Myers takes a 5-minute cross-checking penalty that doesn't get called. Lays the boom on that same player, and that shows me that he's a real Canuck, okay? He's tougher than a lot of these guys. Let's give Tyler Myers a B+. I can't believe I'm doing it. It's the holidays. It's the holidays, man. Greener telling me it's Eriksson Ek, that player. Look at Matt Folger saying, wow, B+, it's the holidays. Ask me how many times I watched The Grinch. 0 times. Come on, man. Now they feeding people the Grinch meal at McDonald's. What? You are what you eat. Are you yo, remember, this guy was a good guy for 5 minutes in that movie. And Trevor Beck saying, Kyle, are you drunk off rum or eggnog or what? No, man, it's the holidays. And right now, Tyler Myers is opening up the window, opening up Pandora's box with the possibilities of the Vancouver Canucks. I'm telling you, when he's playing with Hughes, part of me is just opening up a world that I didn't know could be open, and that's Hronek and Hughes being split up and maybe having a top 4 of Hughes, Myers, Soucy, Hronek not being, the worst thing ever. Next up, Elias Pettersson. Wow. Let's get the grade out of the way, man. It's a C-. It's got to be. Yeah, congratulations, Elias Pettersson doing a great job at being the next Philip Deneau. That's great. You need players like that. You love it. You win with guys like that, right? The defensive stuff is there more often than not. Not perfect, but more often than not, he's reliable. But the offense and this team's inability to still be so bad 5-on-5. It's almost been 10 or 11 months. And yeah. You can't put all the blame on that on Elias. He's only one player. But aren't we watching sports? Team sports? Not every single player is the same. I know that's the way this world works now, right? We're all the same. Dude, salary aside, Elias Pettersson is hope, right? He's the dude compared to Quinn Hughes. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I stupid or am I dumb? Or am I right? The guy's got to do more. You talk about this team being so bad 5-on-5, struggling to make offense. Elias Pettersson, like Thatcher Demco, provides juice, right? Provides stability, provides confidence when they're on top of their game. Elias Pettersson at his best, which is needed. Gives that mojo. Puts a little step in everyone's step. A step within the step. Okay, again, it's magical. It's stuff you can't see. This forward group needs that dog back. Drive and play, making things happen. Ironically, relaxing everyone, okay? Elias Pettersson already 2 times this year has gone through large stretches of games. I feel like in the first 11 games of this year, then he went through a 7-game stretch recently or a 6-game stretch recently where he's done nothing offensively. And again, that's not good enough for any team based on, again, the importance of that player. Also, Quinn Hughes. Do it for Quinn Hughes. Do it to reach that ceiling, to reach that potential. He holds the biggest share in this, and that's okay to say. It's not that harsh. It's the truth. He's got to do way more. There hasn't been 10 exceptional Elias Pettersson games yet. And it's only game 34. Relax, dude. He's Elias Pettersson. We're allowed to have those expectations. And he just got to do more. And I'm confident, though. I'm confident, okay? And hopefully he's not injured. I don't think he is. I'm putting that out there. Guy deserves better. I'm confident that he's about to find his game and hold on to it for a very long time. In fact, having JT Miller with him on another line while he finds his game is best suited for a 48-game stretch where we start believing again, okay, that we don't need all these pieces to get these gears going again, all right? To get our imagination going again. Oh, this team's going to win a Stanley Cup. Dude, how about Pettersson and Miller just get better? How about Pettersson return to being compared to Quinn Hughes? Oh, think about that. Think about that. What if, Canucks fans? It's not even impossible to say this. I know it's the truth. At his best, right? At his best. We've seen it in the past. They can look like they're two of the top 7 players in hockey. And with the way Quinn Hughes is going, you just add Pettersson into the mix at his best, and you're just seeing a version of the Canucks that we haven't seen yet. And I just want to see that. So I'm disappointed. So much so that I'm switching that C- to a D for disappointment, okay? For real. What are the people saying, okay? Greener. Kurt Richardson saying C+. Trevor Beggs, man. Father, man. This guy's a nice guy, okay? I'd be going with the C for Pettersson. He's been good in spurts, but the bar's high. Team effing needs him if they want to legitimately chase the cup. So why isn't it a C-, man? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Trevor's got a heart. He's got a heart. And then Sound for Soul saying, I'm with Mother Knucker, giving Pettersson an F-. Whoa, come on, man. F-. Pettersson will be back, okay? We'll look back at this and it'll add to the fascination with everything Elias Pettersson by the time, again, this is all said and done. Speaking of which, we're already at the 31-minute mark, man. This is how you lose a job. This is Locked on Canucks. It's the holidays. We'll get to break, a late break, and we'll finish this off on the other side here again at the Dodos Art Lab. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't already. One love to Baggsy, who's with us in the comments. Second best dad in the world, straight up. If you ever need advice on fatherhood, he's your man. But again, that's a show for another network. Where am I going with this? To the break. Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. Rocket ships, man. I've been reading this Elon Musk rocket book. Okay, you know what? Rocket Money. Did Rocket Money help you find any subscriptions you forgot or that you were paying for twice? What? Have you used Rocket Money yet? This definitely happened to me, okay? Before I used Rocket Money, I was all over the place, paying for things I didn't even need. Okay, I had a few subscriptions that I didn't even need, and I was still paying for them, and Rocket Money made it so easy to track them all down and, just get rid of them. It's like having a personal assistant for your finances, just like that. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. It brings it all together in one place, whether it's subscriptions, your spending habits, or even goals you want to hit in a year. Rocket Money has 5 million users that have saved over $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year without using all of the app's premiums features, okay? When using all the app's premium features, okay? For me, one of the best features is the subscription tracker. I use it to cancel services I haven't been using for a very, very long time. Here's the thing too. I'm not going to lie. I was paying $44 a month. This is not even a joke. Recently, paying $44 a month for something I wasn't using before because I forgot about it. It is what it is. I'm only human, okay? Next thing you know, I'm saving $44. That's coffee. Now I can spend it on coffee. Plus, with your goals feature on Rocket Money, you can do what? Be able to save automatically and set aside money for your future. No more stressing about budgeting every month because you can budget right here. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedon today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. Rocketmoney.com/lockedon. Wow, dude. Can't wait to read in the library one day, man. Okay, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks, as SK93 is saying. It's the extended edition. It's the holiday edition. Look, Trevor Beggs in Edmonton with the family. This guy does all the organizing. He does the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the episodes. I'm just here to yap. And I got to think about the episode. Dude, this ain't going to happen. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, breaking rules aside, as long as you appreciate what you're doing, what we're doing here, it's all good. And we're connecting here, okay? Again, addicted to the Canucks. And we got that hit here again at Locked On Canucks. Now let's continue with the list. Aatu Raty. The grading system, right? I can't wait to look back at this. And I wonder if Aatu Raty is going to have the chance to improve on this grade. Because Beggsy brought it up. Maybe, just maybe, they bring the lotto line back. And maybe, just maybe, for a bit, to get Miller and Pettersson going, they're willing to go Suter, Bluger, and their 2-3 spot at center and bring up Aatu Raty to clean up at number 4, right? I could see that actually happening in January. Just to see something. All in all, though, Aatu Raty so far in 20 games has 4 points. I don't know what the fancy stats are saying. I kind of know for sure that he's been inconsistent at the faceoff dot, right? I can just tell, again, the eye test, I'm closing my eyes. He hasn't been an expert at it yet. I think if he was like above 50 or above, at that JT Miller level, there'd be a chance that he'd still be in the lineup. That being said, he's still young and he's taking strides. He's developed. And you wonder if given another time this year to play with the NHL club, you wonder if he holds on to it. Is a bit more calm, a bit more relaxed, also a bit more instinctful. And just the little things, too. What if he develops himself into a guy that time in and time out, because we've seen it at spurts, lays the body, brings the energy, is willing to do whatever to make a play on every shift in different ways. So again, we talk about the face-offs. Now we're talking about the hits. And maybe the offense will come too, and that's when we kind of see him, putting this all together. Like, how far is Aatu Raty from being, at the least, a Teddy Bluger? So what's the grade? To me, since I just brought up Bluger, I'm giving Aatu Raty a B-. A B-. Mother Knocker giving him a C+. Greener giving him a C. We'll see. We'll see if that grade will improve. How about Max Sasson? 1 goal, 4 assists in 12 games. All in all, though, in my opinion, has shown me more than Raty, shown me more than Baines, shown me more than Lekkerimaki as well. Especially in the department of being instinctual, playing with some confidence, not playing like a rookie, not playing soft. There's something possibly there, right? You kind of look at a guy like Max Sasson, and I know he plays the game differently, but you're like, oh, what if he could down the road turn into someone like Kiefer Sherwood? Not in the way that they play, but I'm talking about their game in and game out impact on the game, right? Like, are they doing something every game that's in the net positive? More often than not throughout the game. And Sasson has some raw skill and, again, some confidence. And based on who he is and the amount of games he's played, and, again, the surprise that he's given us, I'm giving this guy an A-. Next up, Kiefer Sherwood. Holy. Kiefer Sherwood adding culture to the team, adding identity to the team. Each game, he's willing his team back into the fight more often than not. And he's already got 12 goals. He's also got 7 assists. And I feel as if he could have 13 goals and 8 assists. You know what I'm saying? He could already be a 20-point guy. And then you throw in all the hits, right? He leads the league in hits, I think, by 100, if I'm correct. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But that's how I'm feeling. I think he's already passed the 200 hit mark. Guy's a warrior. Guy's a dog. Guy's also on a 2-year deal. So I think that we're going to continue to get the best out of this guy. And he's going to create a large sample size here for himself, quote unquote, to really strike gold, and he deserves it. Because again, he's a dog. He's in the fight. Doesn't take a game off. He's very entertaining. Great for the home crowd to watch. Because again, he just gives you some energy. And what a signing by Quinn Hughes. In fact, I love Kiefer Sherwood so much, and I feel as if he's so important to all of this, that I kind of want him to lay off on the hits. Like I wish like the other players started getting going, like Pettersson and Miller consistently, so we could, provide or obtain energy in different ways that are not just coming from Kiefer Sherwood's body, right? Because you kind of want to save some of that juice for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? This guy's on pace for what? What's the numbers telling me? Like 500 hits? Bro, save some for April and May, man. Like, because we kind of need him. Again, a spark plug in that way, a spark plug offensively too, making plays happen. His 12 goals, a couple of them gritty right in front of the net, but more often than not, this guy's actually just sniping them. Looking like a goal scorer. Like Kiefer Sherwood, an obvious A+. Oh, what a pleasure. And I honestly, I don't even want to go to the comments and see anything below an A+. If y'all, there you go. Mother Knucker saying an A++. Gigatronic saying an A+++. SK93 saying a A+++ as well. And Kurt Richardson giving him an A. Come on, man. Yo, did you get 8 hours of sleep last night? No, you didn't. Carson Soucy up next. Based on the eye test. Based on, I'm sorry, I know he's got to hold up his own, but based on also playing a lot of minutes with Tyler Myers and Noah Juulsen, I'm gonna keep it kind of positive about Carson Soucy. Okay, I'm gonna look at the recency bias too. Not perfect, but playing with Noah Juulsen, but not perfect. I know, but a part of me even laying witness to what he did in the beginning of the season, and it was atrocious. Like, he was one of the worst defensemen in hockey. That's what it felt like, time in and time out. I'm still going to give Carson Soucy a B. He's rounding out his game. I want him to go home with this report card and just, be a little positive, okay? It is what it is. Keep building that confidence. Because there's something there. It's slowly happening. Not exponentially, but it's slowly happening. And, we brought up the whole Filip Hronek thing too. I can't wait. I can't wait because we're going to see it. I think it was Trevor who might have mentioned it first, like the whole Carson Soucy, Filip Hronek thing that could happen or should happen if they want to spread the wealth out. And that will bring out the best in Carson Soucy. So yeah, Soucy gets a B. I feel as if this is going to be hella polarizing. I think I'm about to see a lot of C- here. Yep, there you go. Soucy a C. Yep. Bob Luger saying it's a generous B for KB. Yeah, thank you. Generous B for KB. Okay, look at this. Matt Folger. Soucy has an A+ Merc game. Hey, I like how Soucy's a little bit physical too. Okay, every now and then. Bob Luger saying that grade was fueled by hope. Yeah, sometimes teachers have to do that. Okay, for real. One time my teacher wrote in my yearbook. I'm not even joking. He said this. He's like, I don't know if school is for you, but you're gonna make it. You think I'm lying? I'm not lying. It was my math teacher. I failed math 11, had to take it twice. I took this dude's class. I don't know how I got like a C+ in it. And he wrote, again, I don't know if school's for you, but don't worry. It's gonna work out. So sometimes you need that positivity, all right? SK93 giving him a C+ overall. Keep it positive, man. And holy, 44 minutes, man. Pius Suter. Pius Suter, man. I don't want to lose this guy. You want to talk about having a UFA year and somebody that I'm confident in that's going to continue, maybe not this offensive pace, but definitely continue just being this good, being this steady. Like, Pius Suter's floor is so positive. So uplifting, right? You just know you have reliability there and somebody that's not going to hurt you so much. And also somebody that can hold his own defensively. Pius Suter is really good at hockey. And again, who knows? Maybe he does, get 25 goals this year. Because again, he's Mr. UFA. He's going to get paid. We need this guy. We need this guy. We need this guy more than Niels Höglander. What? And that's why Höglander has to step it up, because we might not have the money to keep Pius Suter based on what we gave Höglander. What am I saying with this? Oh, we'll miss Pius Suter if he doesn't sign. This is an A player right here. A steady A. And if you look at last year, based on what he did in the playoffs too, in that Nashville series, let alone, you have to give him an A+. Like, in the regular season last year, just so reliable. More often than not, a B to a B+ player. This guy's good. I'm convinced that Pius Suter's really good at hockey. I'm curious to see your guys' grades on him. What is it? Pius Suter, again, Mother Knucker giving him a B+. James Moore giving him a B. Gigatronic giving him a B+. Greener giving him a B+. Trevor Beck saying what? Pius Suter always last at least 18 minutes. How do you, what? Oh, he has a high floor. Beggsy, I don't know. Mother Knucker saying, I love the Suter's game in Chicago and Detroit. We got to steal with him, to be honest. Again, an August signing. These late guys, Kevin Lankinen and Pius Suter, where would we be without those guys? Hey, speaking of Kevin Lankinen, he's up next. Hasn't been spectacular in recent history, whatever that means if you look at his stats. But I don't give an ish, yo, for real. Kevin Lankinen, especially with Mackenzie Blackwood getting paid $5 million per year already by the Colorado Avalanche, I'm telling you, Kevin Lankinen is in line to have an incredible season the rest of the way, to add on to whatever he's been doing. You know how much of a boat of confidence I had in myself when I woke up in the morning and saw that contract that Colorado handed out? Kevin Lankinen now knows what he's playing for. $25 million over 5. That's, yo, you think I'm stupid or dumb? He's going to get that if he continues this pace. That's all he has to do. He's really close to getting generational wealth, and again, bodes well. You got to have these UFAs on your team sometimes. You got to squeeze them out. Let those guys play above their contract. Kevin Lankinen also getting inner competition from Thatcher Demco. Kevin Lankinen also getting rest from Thatcher Demco. Not having all this pressure on him. There's going to be an ease to his game, and I think he's going to excel. I think this holiday break was important for him. He's been so exceptional. Again, an A+ player, so easy. What a steal. How do we get this guy to garage sale? How is this guy already better than Stuart Skinner? You know what I'm saying? In fact, yo, do the Canucks need, do the Canucks need to sign Kevin Lankinen so the Oilers don't sign Kevin Lankinen? Think about what I said there, man. We just broke it down. This is why we do the report card. This is why we extend Locked On Canucks, to break it down so Alvin can do the math. Did you hear what Kyle said? Bro, you got to watch out. I don't want to play Kevin Lankinen on the Oilers. Thank you, Kevin Lankinen. I'm giving him an A+ now, and I know at game 82, when we do this again, he's going to get a A+ again. Next up, Archer Shelovs, and I was going to say an F, but it's the holidays, man. How about a C-? Let's not even talk about it. Okay? But here's a $20 gift card to Tim Hortons. Go for a walk. Everything will be all right. It's all good. Next up and last, Thatcher Demco. 5 games played. 2-1-2. Has he been perfect? No. I think he's allowed 15 or 14 or 16 goals in those 3 games. Oh, sorry, those 5 games. My bad. So again, not perfect, not Vezina-like. But again, so fearless. So fearless. And such a dog. This guy was willing to risk his career to play games for the Vancouver Canucks. In May. Think about that. You know for sure, and I'm paraphrasing with assumption. This guy didn't want to know the extent of what he was possibly putting himself through, just so it wouldn't get in the way of the mission he was on. And that was strapping it up. Strapping it up. Strapping it up again? For again, the blue and green, a team that he's been on forever, when it's the best time to be a Vancouver Canuck. And that's, again, in the spring and the summer. That's how bad he wanted to come back and help this team out. That was fighting Game 7 of the second round of the playoffs. Again, a dog. All that rehab, post-playoffs, in the summer, early on this season. And yeah, it hasn't been perfect in the 5 games that he's been here, but he's been so fearless. That's the most exciting part here. You know what that means? He's being instinctual. Tapping into his heart, tapping into his soul, tapping into what he was meant to do. We're talking about Thatcher Demco. Stylistically speaking, athletically speaking, one of the best in the game. And again, he's been instinctual after all these injuries, being fearless. I can't give anything other than an A to Thatcher Demco. So exciting. You want to talk about a team that's struggling? Yeah, your Vancouver Canucks are struggling. 17, what's the record? 17, 10, and 7, right? 17 wins, 17 losses. So bad 5-on-5. One of the worst offensive teams in hockey, especially when Quinn Hughes is not on the ice. They're unwatchable. If you're taking your friend to watch a Canucks game and you want them to fall in love with the hockey, you got to put a blindfold on them every time that Quinn Hughes is not on the ice, so they, don't have a bad taste in their mouth. That's how boring the Canucks are. I know all those things are happening, but at their base, they have Quinn Hughes. They still have Thatcher Demco, who's eventually going to find his game really and be super instinctual and just get his timing right in. Dude, he's going to be that dog. The Canucks are going to win games. They're going to make the playoffs. So what if everything else at the top starts settling into Pettersson and Miller? Wake up. Go get some A's. Make us proud. And I'll get out of here. Wow, 51 minutes. This is it, man. I'm going to get a message for this episode. But we had to do it. We had to go off the dome and do a report card, do a grading system. Hey, thanks so much for commenting the whole way through. That was a lot of fun. We'll end the episode off with some of your comments as well. Greener giving Demko a B. Gigatronic giving Demko a B too. Again, I'm giving him an A because I'm being hopeful. I'm a Hindu. I'm a Findu. My name's Kyle Bound, okay? KYLEBHAWAN. If you watched the whole thing and you got to this point, hit the like button. See what happens. Don't be the Grinch. And subscribe to the channel. One love to the Locked On Podcast Network for giving you your team every day. And I'm sorry for going 51 minutes or 52 minutes. Didn't know this was going to happen, but mistakes happen and I'll be better, whatever that means. Peace out.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.